Are you thinking about moving to Victoria, BC on Vancouver Island and you're wondering if it's the right place for you? Well, in this video, I'm going to be answering the question, is Victoria expensive? I'm going to be covering the cost of living in Victoria, BC. I'm going to be covering everything from rent, real estate, utilities, groceries, fuel prices, car insurance, childcare, healthcare, and provincial taxes. Welcome to Living on Vancouver Island. I'm your host, Patrick Novotny, realtor serving Victoria and the surrounding areas. Now, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about the Victoria area, then the best thing to do is subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. We're getting people reaching out to us every single day that are planning on moving here, watching our videos, wondering if this is the right place for them. So if that's you, then get a hold of us and we can help you make a smooth move to Victoria, BC. Now, before we get into the details, I want to give you a little bit of context of where Victoria sits as affordability worldwide and in Canada. Now, according to Numbeo.com, we are ranked the 63rd most expensive when it comes to the cost of living index. Now, a year before, we were about 163rd most expensive. So, you know, the inflation that's happened in the last 2 years has reflected on this, and it's become a lot more expensive, especially the price of real estate. Now, Numbeo.com's cost of living index takes into account of things like real estate, rent, groceries, gas, as well as the average income earned. Now, according to Numbeo.com, in 2023, Victoria ranks highest cost of living index, beating out places like Calgary, Toronto, Vancouver, Edmonton, Ottawa, Quebec City, and another 5 or 6 more other major centers in Canada. Now, if you stick around to the end, I'll give you a couple reasons why people are willing to pay the cost of living in a beautiful place such as Victoria, BC. Now, if you're thinking about moving to Victoria and renting first, let me prepare you. The vacancy rates, especially in the core of Victoria, the city of Victoria, have historically been very low, less than 1%. Now, it gets a little bit better as you move out into the other municipalities further away from the core, especially if you look towards the western communities where the bulk of real estate has been built. Now, according to CTV News, rental prices for 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom units have been ranked 4th most expensive in Canada. 1-bedroom apartment in Victoria is going to run you somewhere between $1,800 and $2,000, depending, of course, on the quality, the construction, the location, all of that. So that's going to give you just a general guideline. But as you move away from the core, that price might ease a little bit depending on what you're looking at. 2-bedroom apartments could be around $2,500, give or take again. And as you move away from the core, depending on the quality and how new the property is, will determine how much you're paying for rent. Let's face it, the cost of real estate is expensive in Victoria. Numbeo.com uses a price to income ratio, and that placed us at the 3rd most expensive city in Canada. So to give us an accurate idea of what average home prices are in Victoria, I'm using the HPI index. Average or median prices can change a lot from one month to the next and paint an inaccurate or even unhelpful picture of price values and trends. The MLS HPI is based on the value home buyers assign to various housing attributes, which tend to evolve gradually over time. It therefore provides an apples-to-apples comparison of home prices across the country. So without getting into prices from every single municipality, I'm going to give you the HPI numbers that take into account all of Greater Victoria's 13 municipalities. Naturally, of course, there's more affluent communities, and there's communities that would have a longer commute to get to work, and they're valued differently. Single-family homes would run about $1,117,000, townhomes would be about $785,000, and condos $569,000. Now that's a very general number, and it's going to be different from amenities, qualities, age, size, all kinds of determining factors. So if you're interested in more specific details about an area, feel free to reach out. So talking about utility costs, the first one I'm going to talk about is electricity. It gets billed every 2 months here, and we call it hydro. So if you're in a small studio apartment, so every 2 months it should cost you about $80 a month for electricity. A large 1-bedroom might be a little over $100, and a 2-bedroom might be around $150, $140 a month. Now, the average size home could run, depending on the age, the kind of insulation, there's so many factors, how close you are to the ocean, so all of these kind of things. If you're on top of a hill, it's going to be windier, colder, those kind of extra elements. But just to give you a base guideline, let's say it's about a 2,000 square foot house. It should run you on equalized payments somewhere between $200 and $250 every 2 months. Other utilities such as a phone, landline is about $35 a month. The average mobile phone or cell phone plan is about $51 a month. Unlimited plan might be around $65 or $75 a month. Basic television cable plan runs about $25 a month, and then internet tends to be the most expensive at $80 to $100 a month, depending on the speed and service that you're able to get in your area. Each municipality is different in the way you might be paying for sewer, garbage, compost, recycling collection, and water. You would have to check specifically for each municipality. Gas prices for 2023 for your vehicle are running about $1.69 per liter, and then premium is going to be about 10 to 15 cents more than that. Public transit costs are about $2.50 to get on the bus, 5 days for an all-day pass, $85 for a monthly pass, and I think it's about $45 for a senior's pass. Now, according to Rate Hub, the average car insurance is $1,832. Now, of course, with good driving history and the type of vehicle that it is, and perhaps the value, if it's a newer car or older car, it won't be that much. Of course, as a teenager, it's going to cost a lot more than that, and somebody with good driving history costs less than that. So if you have young children or you're planning on having a family, you're a young family thinking about moving to Victoria, it's one of those first things I urge all people to arrange because daycare is in high demand. Now, prices vary on the age of your child, level of service, how long they're in care. I found the cost could be anywhere from as low as $400 a month up to $1,250 a month, but on average between $800 and $900 a month. Healthcare is free for Canadians. Well, not all healthcare, as long as it's deemed to be necessary, essential, if it's cosmetic or deemed not to be medically required, such as acupuncture, chiropractic, massage therapy, physical therapy, and your teeth. So you might need additional health insurance if your requirements are not met with the basic plan. Now let's talk groceries. The estimated food cost for a family of 4 is about $900, according to a report from the Community Social Planning Council of Greater Victoria. Now, I know families that do more than $900 a month, so that seems like a very low estimate. That's probably a very basic cost of groceries. Now, looking closer, eating out can be fairly expensive. According to one cost of living data aggregator, the average price of a meal at an inexpensive restaurant is $18, while a cappuccino goes for $4.50. Now, not all of us go for cappuccinos, but I could see $18, $20 for most of the meals on a inexpensive menu being pretty common. Now, welcome to the province. We've got a provincial sales tax on products of 7%, and then we have a federal goods and services tax, GST, 5%, for a total of 12% on most goods and services being sold. We continue to have a positive net migration year after year, and people keep coming here despite the high cost of living for 3 specific reasons. And the number one thing is it's got a high quality of life. Ottawa is the only city in Canada ranked higher than us when it comes to the quality of life. We're number 1 in climate. It's arguably the best climate in all of Canada. You can include Vancouver, but they tend to get more rain than us. Not only do we have a beautiful environment to live on a mountain range island, but we have beautiful postcard views as well from here, looking to the south to the Olympic Mountains, Mount Baker volcano. So if you're even thinking about moving to Victoria or anywhere on Vancouver Island, we've got so many people reaching out to us every single day that are moving out this way. It's amazing. So if that's you, get a hold of us and we can help you make a smooth move to Victoria, BC.